Breaking on 4 News Now at 6. A Good Samaritan killed while trying to help another driver who crashed on I-90 in Spokane Valley. We'll show you the current conditions and have the latest details on the crash.
Watch out for icy conditions on the roads tonight. Plus, the snow is tapering off, but I'll show you the next round heading our way in the First Alert forecast.
And we'll show you new numbers that show Spokane is running out of space and could have a tough time handling the growing number of people over the next 20 years. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
And we begin with that breaking news. Here's a live look of I-90 near the Evergreen exit, where the westbound lanes are still closed after a man was killed in a car crash this afternoon. Drivers are being asked to avoid the area while crews continue their investigation. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Marissa Rio is live showing us the conditions on the roads right now on I-90 specifically. So Marissa, what should people know before they head out?
Derek and Kirsten, we just passed that crash right after Evergreen, and as you can see, this is what the traffic looks like backed up beyond the crash. These are cars that are going westbound right now, and this traffic is completely backed up because those lanes are closed. Now, if you're going eastbound, which we are right now, it is pretty clear. You're not really seeing much backups, but if you do look on your screen right now, here is video of that crash just east of the Evergreen Road overpass. This happened around 2:30 this afternoon. According to WSP, 3 cars were involved. A man had stopped to help a car that hit the barrier going westbound when a third car crashed into them. The man who stopped to help was pushed into oncoming traffic and he died. Troopers suspect at least one driver may have been impaired and charges are pending a blood test. The Washington State Patrol is asking everyone to please avoid this area if possible due to the extensive traffic backups. Now, we also went down Sprague, and there is quite a bit of traffic there as well. So if you're trying to avoid the traffic while you're going westbound, a lot of people have that same idea. So I would expect delays if you are going onto the road westbound right now. We'll continue to update you later on in the show. Live in Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you for that update, Marissa. And this is not the only crash we have been tracking on I-90 this afternoon. In Kootenai County, a semi-truck jackknifed near the Wolf Lodge campground. It blocked westbound lanes on I-90 for hours. It has since reopened. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker now.
And Chris, while most of the snow is slowly making its way out of the area, we definitely still need to take it slow out on the roads.
Absolutely. And although I-90 looked pretty good, you get on one of those off ramps, and next thing you know, you are on ice. I want to show you a picture now at Hayden. This is US 95 and Lancaster Road, and here we are at one of the more heavily traveled intersections, and you can see how slick the conditions are this evening at a very heavily traveled area, and that things are only going to deteriorate tonight as roads that became wet are refreezing, even though our temperature did not get above freezing with that direct sunlight this late in the season, a little higher in the sky. I know I encountered many wet roads instead of icy roads on our radar right now. Things are moving out of the region for a break. Our temperatures are only in the mid-20s in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene. Moscow and Pullman is 21 degrees. It's 27 right now in Lewiston, 23 in Colville. Meanwhile, it's not just the ice from the snow. We also have some fog to contend with. Here we are at US 2 at Fairchild. You can see some icy spots on the road from the snow late this afternoon, but there's also some fog in the distance. Our visibility down to 0 at Spokane International Airport, less than a quarter mile. We have a mile visibility at Fairchild Air Force Base, so we're adding that added element of freezing fog if you're heading out onto the West Plains tonight. Meanwhile, tomorrow, the first part of the day, we are going to be staying dry. 21 degrees to start the day with mostly cloudy skies, and then that next round of snow moves in. I'll tell you how much snow to expect from that next system on the way. Plus, we're heading above freezing for the first time in almost 2 weeks in your First Alert forecast, Eric.
All right, talk to you in a bit, Chris. Well, how much have you paid for a dozen eggs lately?
According to the Consumer Price Index, it was probably around $4.95. That breaks the previous record of $4.82 set back in the summer of 2023.
And those higher prices are having a huge impact here, especially for groups in Spokane that supply low to no cost meals for kids like Spokane's Northeast Youth Center.
Well, we're hoping that somebody comes through and can find us some eggs, please.
For some parents, this is the only guaranteed nutritious meal their child will get that day. Our Derek Strom explains how the Spokane community is stepping up to help.
The ECAP teachers here at the Northeast Youth Center say not being able to have eggs not only breaks up the normal routine for a lot of the kids here, for kids in the ECAP program, sometimes the meals they get here are the only square meals they get during the day.
Our cook has been scrambling to try to find eggs anywhere.
The chefs from the Northeast Youth Center have been looking for liquid eggs at grocery stores around Spokane, but because of the national shortage, they haven't been able to find any. The Youth Center's food supplier doesn't have any either, so the chefs are forced to come up with alternatives.
You know, we can still have cereal, and we can have yogurt and granola and bagels and pancakes. They love pancakes, but we need to put some good protein like eggs into their menu.
Executive Director Sheila Garrity posted on social media asking for donations of eggs and says a number of people have already reached out to the Youth Center. That includes a donation of 20 pounds of liquid eggs that's set to arrive next week.
They love their breakfast every morning, and one of their favorite things is scrambled eggs, so not having that. And it's surprising how many, recipes call for eggs.
The chefs at the Youth Center say 20 pounds of liquid eggs is enough to feed the 120 kids here for about 4 meals. So once those run out, they'll be looking for more donations to keep eggs on the menu.
I know the bird flu is what's causing this, and there'll be some more chickens here down the way, maybe not next week or next month, but pretty soon we'll be back on track as soon as they get the bird flu under containment.
Garrity says they're also looking for monetary donations through their website. And if you're interested in donating, you can find a link on our website. In Hilliard, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
So the big question is, when will egg prices finally drop? Some experts say it could be 3 to 6 months, while others say it really depends on when bird flu cases begin to drop. Spokane police are searching for the person who shot someone in North Spokane this morning. It happened near Wabash Avenue and North Lacey Street near Kehoe Park. Police say when they arrived, they found one person hurt. That person was taken to the hospital. Investigators have not said what led up to the shooting. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Check at 509-456-2233.
The Post Falls Police Department is investigating what they call a complex shooting that also took place early this morning. This one happened on Woodcrest Drive, just east of Greens Ferry Road. One person was injured and taken to the hospital. Another person involved in the shooting was detained. Post Falls PD did not provide any more details about what led up to that shooting. William Morse is the Spokane County man accused of human trafficking and raping a 15-year-old girl.
Charges were filed against him this week for 2 separate victims, and the FBI now says it believes Morse may have preyed on more people. This all started with teenage girls posting babysitting ads to Craigslist. According to court documents, that's how Morse found and preyed upon his victims. He's accused of asking the underage girls for sex in exchange for money. Court documents reveal that Morse continuously harassed the teenage girl he raped until she was fearful. This is a tactic the local nonprofit Helping Captives says is not uncommon. Helping Captives is a Christian organization that offers resources to female victims of human trafficking, and the CEO says many of the women they work with started off as child trafficking victims. He says parents should inform their kids that predators will promise them whatever it is they think they want.
If your kid wants money, they have money. If your kids want drugs, they're going to have the drugs. Like whatever it is that your kid wants, they're gonna say that they have it to build trust and then isolate them to ultimately perform sex acts.
Well, he also says these predators will attempt to build trust with your child and isolate them, so having these conversations and monitoring who your child speaks to online is so very important. Again, the FBI believes there are more people Morse may have contacted.
They're asking anyone who may have information regarding Morse or any information that could help them with his investigation to call Crime Check at 509-456-2233. Well, still ahead here on 4 News Now. In less than an hour, ski-joring returns to the streets of Wallace. Our Jordan Smith gives us a preview of the 3-day event.
Plus, at the age of 15, relationships can feel intense, but they can also be dangerous. The key signs that your teenager may be in an abusive relationship and how to help. Next, here on 4 News Now.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Chicken Osaka. Ask for it by name. Exclusively at Mustard Seed, Northtown Mall.
Style or substance? Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
Shop DaveSmith.com.
They're the most vulnerable babies in our community, and Maddie's Place takes care of them. Now it's time for Maddie's Place to get help from the Extreme Team, along with helping one special baby get ready for what's next. 4 News Now's Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
North Idaho Urology, in partnership with Cancer Care Northwest. We specialize in advanced prostate cancer care.
I'm Dr. Aaron Wagner. I'm a radiation oncologist with Cancer Care Northwest. We have quite a few different treatment options for prostate cancer, ranging anywhere from standard radiation and IMRT approaches to SBRT to brachytherapy, a full spectrum of different prostate cancer treatments. We very much try to individualize their treatment plan for them.
Ready to enjoy some February fun? The Kootenai Casino has a getaway just for you. Book your room now and cozy out for just $59 per night midweek and $89 on the weekend. And enjoy 2 free breakfast vouchers. Win big during our Mardi Gras Masquerade giveaway. And celebrate Valentine's Day and President's Day with extra bonus play. Stay and win at the Inn. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader. The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
Chicken Osaka. Ask for it by name. Exclusively at Mustard Seed, Northtown Mall.
Well, February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and several organizations here in Spokane are providing resources to help people recognize the signs of an unhealthy relationship.
And how to support someone who's in one. Our Madeline Mullins has what to look out for.
1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some sort of intimate partner violence in their lifetime. And out of those people, 16 million women and 11 million men will experience that abuse before they turn 18. So what are the signs of abuse in teen relationships?
That isolation, just trying to keep that person all to themselves. You're going to see things like intensity, like it's moving very quickly. Intensity is kind of a first sign that a relationship can turn abusive. There's going to be manipulation.
Cami Lamaro and Chloe Bowles are violence prevention specialists. They say what makes relationships different in teens also makes abusive relationships different.
Youth are much more likely to experience digital abuse in their relationships.
Digital abuse can look like
excessive texting and calling with pressure to respond immediately, or demanding access to personal information, passwords, social media's location, and even pressure to send explicit text messages or photos with the intent of using those for blackmail to control the other person.
If you think your child or friend may be in an abusive relationship, the best way to approach that conversation is by listening and being supportive and not judgmental.
So you're always going to be noticing behaviors instead of making a character judgment about that person.
And if you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, Lamaro and Bowles say to find that support system with a trusted adult or friend or a professional that can help make sure you are safe. More More resources can be found on our website. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
A much warmer morning today. We are out of the single digits and below zero. It was 23 this morning in Spokane, a high of only 29. That's still 10 degrees below average, and we did get a little over an inch of snow in Spokane. We're running below average season to date, but there's more snow in the 7-day forecast. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
It's the Hard Knocks Life. Broadway's favorite orphan is back to spread hope for all the hard knocks life throws your way. Don't miss Annie in an all-new production for the whole family, and just when we need it the most.
Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
I was 34. I was a business owner. I was a single mom with a 4-year-old, and I felt a lump in the shower. I have cancer. It doesn't have me. I'm gonna get rid of it, you know, and then I'm gonna go on with my life. I was gonna do anything that it took. I did, and here I am, almost 10 years later. I had a little boy. He needs his mom.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
Next ET, we're with Kate Hudson entering her TV boss era, plus our exclusive with Morris Chestnut. Then our SNL 50 celebration rolls on with John Lovitz.
Next ET.
Watch Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
A young mother struggling with addiction, 2 newborns, and nowhere to go.
And they were like, we're not taking twins.
That's where Maddie's Place came in. How it's giving families hope with a little help from the Extreme team. Sunday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
All right, more breaking news into the newsroom within just the last few minutes. Westbound I-90 near the Evergreen exit has reopened. It had been closed for the last few hours since a man was killed in a multi-car crash there. And Chris, while it's reopened for drivers, we should still be taking it slow out there.
Yeah, you've been talking about ice.
Oh, yes, there is ice all over the inland Northwest, and maybe not right on I-90, but those off-ramps and just right around the neighborhood. Let's take a look at live conditions. It's 24 degrees right now in Spokane. No ice on the Spokane Arena parking lot. They don't let a flake stay on that for more than 5 minutes. Coeur d'Alene, it is snowing lightly right now, and it is 23 degrees with wet roads that have been treated recently. You're going to still run into some icy spots. Here's the scene in Moscow in downtown, and you can see that the roads are icy and the sidewalks as well. Slushy, icy conditions in downtown Moscow tonight. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be a dry start to the day on Saturday. Snow moves in the late afternoon. By Monday afternoon, 3 to 4 inches of new snow will be common, with more snow on the way for Wednesday. Forecast radar starting off at our current time. Last of some snow showers coming to an end, but then around midnight we see those re-energize over the higher terrain. Just another burst of snow. Also, we are going to be stuck in the overcast, the low clouds around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, with some pockets of fog as well. Further to the west, you'll find clear skies. As we get into Saturday, 5 o'clock, The snow starts moving in, and then that is going to continue through the night and into Sunday morning. Here's Sunday at 8 a.m. and then it's going to keep going off and on throughout the day on Sunday. By around 4 o'clock, we start to see some green on the map, some rains trying to mix in with the snow. I don't know how much luck it's going to get. That is because we are warming up above freezing for the first time in what will be 12, 13 days. Forecast snow for that next system on the way. 3 to 4 inches will be common around the region, with some pockets where you could see more. Again, warming up above freezing on Sunday, and our daytime highs stay above freezing through Friday, with a trend toward warmer conditions heading into the following weekend. Looks like we may finally get some above average temperatures heading into the last part of February. Meanwhile, there is more snow coming Saturday night and into Sunday. The possibility of a few lingering snow showers on President's Day Monday, but most of the day will be dry. This late in the season, these high temperatures above freezing, we should do some pretty good melting on the roadways. Next round of snow coming in for Wednesday, and then more of a rain-snow mix next Friday. Overnight lows, no single digits, no teens. Big improvement over what we've had most of this week. Kirsten.
All right, Chris. Well, we've been talking a lot about snow, but it's actually calm before the storm happening in Wallace. More than 1,000 people are expected to brave the cold for the 7th annual Ski Jour.
Jordan Smith got to check out the scene before tonight's big event. He joins us with the story from Wallace.
Yeah, hey, it's all smiles here in Wallace. The finishing touch is being made on the 7th annual Ski Jour. Now, they did tell me that they came through with some water last night so that a sheet of ice would take over this hill. So these guys are going to be flying as soon as they hit the track.
Your arm's coming in fast.
This is ski joring. Traditionally, horses pull skiers or snowboarders down the track to pick up speed. They let go and fly over this hill. Here in Wallace, they use ATVs. It's a weekend marked on most people's calendars.
I'm going to tell you, it's just a blast.
Like Joe McCauley. Even though he can't shred the gnar like he used to,
Last line of defense, walking stick.
he looks forward to this every year.
Wallace is a small town. There's not a lot going on most of the time, so if something like this happens, come on downtown and enjoy it, yeah.
It's just such a unique, cool event. I like it all. I don't have a favorite part.
Yeah. Sarah White has played a part in putting on all 7 Ski Jour events here in Wallace. The event costs about $25,000 to put on, but it brings dollars to local restaurants, hotels, and ski slopes.
Our goal as Ski Wallace is to bring business to Wallace during the winter. And this is a really good event to show people that Wallace is a really fun town. We have a lot of snow. We have good ski hills.
It's a 3-day event with $8,000 in prizes set aside for competitors. The first event, the Rail Jam. It starts tonight at 7. It's 100% free to come watch. In Wallace, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Well, still ahead, President Trump is pushing forward with his plan to drastically shrink the federal workforce, leading to mass layoffs across multiple agencies.
What's next for the hundreds of employees impacted, and how unions are fighting back, next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. And want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
The road to the Oscars is heating up the mornings on GMA. The stars, the style, all the inside buzz on Hollywood's biggest night.
We are on the road to the Oscars.
Every morning, the countdown is on. No one does the Oscars like Good Morning America.
From solid wood cabinets to designer patterned carpets and Italian-made tiles for exotic looks, Brothers Flooring and Design in Spokane and Post Falls has been helping homeowners discover fun, new products to remodel and improve their kitchens, bedrooms, and bathrooms for almost 10 years.
At Brothers Flooring and Design, we don't want you just to like your floors, we want you to love them.
At Brothers Flooring, we make it beautiful.
Snow days are the best days, especially when there's fresh powder on the mountain.
But getting there, that's where Subaru Symmetrical all-wheel drive comes in. Glide up the icy roads with confidence and enjoy stability on every twist and turn.
Pack your gear, load up the crew, and let the heated seats keep you warm on the way.
Because with Subaru, getting up to the ski hill is just as thrilling as the ride down.
Celebrate the Subaru A Lot to Love event now through March 31st at Parker Subaru in beautiful Court.
70% of Washington jobs require education beyond high school, and that number is on the rise. Free or low-cost college or career training is possible for your child. Apply now and ensure there's a more lucrative and stable career in their future. Learn how at WaGrant.org.
Your home is more than a place. It's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
Welcome to the Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles, one of the most innovative riff-generating songwriters of the modern rock era, will be live Thursday, March 6th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Toyota.
Around the nation, the Trump administration is firing thousands of federal workers.
Notices are already going out to the newest employees at multiple government agencies. ABC's Mary Alice Parks has the story.
President Trump today doubling down on his move to dramatically and rapidly shrink the federal workforce.
It's a big, tremendous saving for us. We want to downsize government, but make it better.
The Trump administration's plan to carry out mass layoffs within the federal government is well underway. The latest moves affecting probationary employees, as many as 200,000 recent hires who joined the federal workforce or have started new jobs within the last 2 years.
We're relying on this job, and we're qualified for this job, and yet we're losing it just because we're under a year.
Some notified by email, others in this audio message obtained by ABC News from the acting director of the Office of Personnel Management.
You will receive your termination notice via email shortly, and it will include the reason for termination.
Sources say thousands of employees were fired yesterday across numerous agencies, including the Department of Education, the VA, the Small Business Administration, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. But a judge today hearing a suit filed by a group of unions seeking to block the mass firings at the CFPB.
Federal workers across the nation, we keep the country running.
This plus a new lawsuit from 14 states aimed at stopping Elon Musk and his new Department of Government Efficiency from making funding decisions to overhaul federal agencies, including asking for a pause on these mass firings. That case going before U.S. District Court Judge Tanya Chutkan, the same judge who had been presiding over Trump's federal election interference case, until she dismissed it a couple of weeks after the election. And ABC News learned that hundreds of employees at the agency responsible for maintaining the U.S. nuclear stockpile were also impacted by these layoffs, but that the agency quickly tried to pause those layoffs out of concerns over national security. Mary Alice Parks, ABC News, Washington.
Well, around the world tonight, Pope Francis is currently in the hospital being treated for bronchitis. It's the latest in a string of ailments that have raised concerns about the 88-year-old pontiff's health. He's been to the hospital a number of times in recent years, including for an abdominal surgery in 2023. The Pope has been struggling with bronchitis in recent weeks and has asked aides to read speeches and addresses. The bronchitis is of concern because Francis has suffered from lung-related issues, for much of his life. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Chicken Osaka. Ask for it by name. Exclusively at Mustard Seed, Northtown Mall.
If it warms you up, cools you down, connects you, entertains you, if it fries it, freezes it, cooks it, curls it, dries it, washes it, lights it, With humble beginnings in Airway Heights and Cheney, we're now also serving northern Idaho. And when electrical is the problem, you need Holiday. Fixed Rider is free. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric.
This week on Svengoolie, I hope you like snakes. Well, maybe you like Dirk Benedict.
What are you trying to do, kill me?
On the next Svengoolie.
Saturday night at 8 on MeTV 4.2.
The Wild is calling, and Wendell Ford has the answer.
Get behind the wheel of the new F-150 Wild Edition. Built for power and ready for any adventure. Starting at $399 per month.
Or take on the outdoors with the Bronco Sport Wild Edition. Built tough, rugged, and perfect for your next getaway. Only $299 per month.
Or go electric with the F-150 Lightning with 0% for 72 months. Plus almost $15,000 in incentives and discounts.
Your next adventure starts at Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Drive for generations.
Dupixent can help people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. So this is better. And this. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems and doesn't replace a rescue inhaler. It's proven to help prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels, like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop steroid, asthma, or other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Chicken Osaka. Ask for it by name. Exclusively at Mustard Seed, Northtown Mall.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, let's get you another update on that breaking news out of Spokane Valley. Here's a live look at I-90 where traffic is once again moving on the westbound lanes following that deadly crash this afternoon. We have learned that this all started when a man tried to help someone who crashed into the median.
Our Marissa Rio is on I-90 with a look at the current road conditions. Marissa?
Yeah, if you take a look at the roads right now, it's pretty clear, especially considering what we saw earlier on in the show. There isn't any more traffic on the roads. Now, it is pretty wet right now here on the freeway. There's not much snow on the roads here, but it is important to continue to look out for the possibility of black ice. It is a wet road, so be careful of that. Now, when we were on the arterial roads, there was a light sheet of snow on those roads. So again, just make sure that you're taking care of your speed and you're paying attention to the roads and that possibility of black ice. But here on the freeway, it is pretty clear. There's no more traffic. It's just wet, not much snow, and just looking out for that possibility of black ice.
Marissa, thank you so much for that update. We do want to take it slow, not just on the freeway, but just about everywhere because lots of ice on our roads.
Yeah, we're going to send it over to Chris Crocker now, who's tracking those conditions in the First Alert Weather Center.
Yes, a good night to be inside watching 4 News Now and staying in. This is the view. This makes me nervous just looking at it of Lookout Pass, the latest image there, and the snow. The roads are completely snow covered and the snow is still coming down in the central panhandle of Idaho, and there's more snow on the way later tonight. On our radar right now, you can see things are wrapping up around the rest of the region for the time being. We have another round of snow coming in tomorrow late afternoon. In the meantime, temperatures never did get above freezing today, and so if there are wet roads, there's a good chance that that's iced unless they're treated. 24 in Spokane, 23 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. It's 21 in Pullman right now and 28 in Sandpoint. Now, we're not going to drop much from our current readings. We'll be bottoming out in the upper teens and lower 20s right around the Spokane area. An additional hazard, especially if you're heading out onto the West Plains, our visitors visibility is down less than a quarter mile. We've got some areas of fog and freezing fog on the roadways. Starting to see visibility go down in Deer Park, Hayden, and Spokane Valley as well. So overcast conditions to start the day tomorrow. Here's your day starting at 9 a.m. We'll be in the mid-20s. Temperatures topping out in Spokane just below freezing, and then that snow starts moving in right around 4, 5 o'clock, and that's going to continue. Once it starts, it's going to keep going for a while. I'll let you know how much is going to pile up later in your forecast.
Well, does the city of Spokane have enough housing to accommodate its rapid growth? It's a question city leaders in Spokane have to answer, as state law requires them to conduct land capacity analysis.
In Spokane, slightly more than 80% of land is not available for housing or developments, but our population is expected to continue growing at a fast rate. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yard spoke with local developers and contractors in our area, and these developers do face some challenges out in the field. Alexandra.
That's right, Kirsten. I'm currently standing outside of a development project here on the Lower South Hill, close to downtown. This new apartment complex will give hundreds of homes to families, but it's still going to be some time until people can actually move in. It is the lengthiness of these projects that push some to say zoning changes could be an answer to Spokane's housing crisis. Is Spokane growing too fast for its own good? If you were to ask Titus Hug, owner of Hug Construction, the answer would be absolutely not.
If they don't come here, they're going to go somewhere. And growth is the best help for us to improve those infrastructure.
In just over 20 years, the city of Spokane is expected to grow by around 23,000 people. That is a pace of about 1,000 per year. But where will all those people go? As it stands, 81% of the city's land is developed. A recent analysis shows 10% is vacant and 9% is either partially used or underutilized. For contractors like Boughton Construction, this citywide growth has shown in the demand for business.
I would tell you that we probably have the largest backlog that we've had in many years right now, going into 25 into 26.
Tim Thomas, president of Boughton, feels it is construction projects like this one on the Lower South Hill that can be the answer to the housing crisis our city is dealing with, as it gets creative with the land we do have.
That developer saw a real opportunity to build some workforce housing.
Hug, who is focused on residential housing, has also seen the rise in demand. But for his clients, the challenge has been the cost.
You know, what used to be a dream house is now a starter home.
Those high costs are what made Hug believe that looking into zoning changes could be a move in the right direction. That is essentially changing urban boundaries, which would extend the limits on how much the city can grow. For now, reporting live, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Well, the way doctors screen a child for autism could soon change thanks to technology developed at Schweitzer Engineering Laboratories in Pullman.
And the lab is now developing a medical device that began from research at Washington State University. Mary Sheridan spoke with the inventor, who explained how this tool has the potential to help children and their families.
We have watched families go through the process of getting a diagnosis for autism, and that process can be really stressful. And we often see that families are waiting longer than they would need to be.
Dr. Georgina Lynch wants to give families answers sooner.
The earlier that we can intervene and provide the services that can help children with autism, particularly as early as 18 to 24 months, that it has incredible long-term outcomes that are substantially different than if a child waits until the average age of diagnosis, which is 48 months.
She's invented a screening tool that measures and records the dilation of a child's pupils when exposed to light. These results could indicate if they should be referred for an autism diagnosis as early as 18 months old. This device doesn't diagnose autism, but the data does detect risk factors. Dr. Lynch compares it to getting your blood pressure checked.
The blood pressure measurement doesn't tell you your whole story about cardiovascular health, but it has risk indicators.
The device is still in its research and development phase, which is why it's mounted in this demonstration. In a clinic, it would be handheld, and the child would only have to sit still for 5 seconds.
Go ahead and pull away.
Now, Dr. Lynch's research and prototype is being developed for a market not far from where it was born.
Dr. Lynch told me she had multiple offers to help bring her invention to market, but a shared mission kept her local at SEL.
We have a really tight relationship with the university, and now our new route in medical devices was born under that same light at Washington State University, and it's just really important to me to be able to work locally first and then branch out to the greater community.
The lab hopes to see this device at work in the community in the next 2 years. Reporting in Pullman, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
I think that warrants a go Cougs. All right, last night the Gonzaga men's basketball team earned a key win in the WCC race.
They beat San Francisco for the 31st straight time, and this game was all about great defense, Jack.
Yeah, and that win moves the Zags to second in the conference now. Tune in after the break to hear more from the team on how they got that job done against a 20-win USF squad.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
The sound, excitement, and fun of the Rod Stewart Hybrid Tribute live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, February 20th. Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles, one of the most innovative riff-generating songwriters of the modern rock era, will be live Thursday, March 6th. Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, April 10th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
They're the most vulnerable babies in our community, and Maddie's Place takes care of them. Now it's time for Maddie's Place to get help from the Extreme Team, along with helping one special baby get ready for what's next. 4 News Now's Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
In February, get new equipment installed from Bill's Heating, and you're entered to win 2 tickets to the WCC tournament in Vegas.
Hey, Ben, I make this shot, you have to take me with you to Vegas. Deal?
All right, fine. But you got one shot.
Watch and learn. All right, 2 out of 3.
My name is Connie, and I have stage 3 breast cancer. I'm an RN, and I've been working for several years in the profession, so I decided that I wanted to seek out a second opinion. I think getting a second opinion is vitally important. I went to Summit Cancer. Everybody in the facility treats me like I am the only one they're looking after. I would highly recommend Summit Cancer Centers.
Are you looking for a great place to get a great workout and crush those New Year's resolution goals? Let's go! Join now and strive to thrive in 2025 at Move Fitness. Join the movement.
A young mother struggling with addiction, 2 newborns, and nowhere to go.
And they were like, we're not taking twins.
That's where Maddie's Place came in. I'm Kirsten O'Connor with 4 News Now. I'll show you one family's heartbreaking journey and how Maddie's Place, with a little help from the Extreme Team, is giving them hope.
Who knows what would happen if I would have still been on the streets. Might not be looking at you girls today.
Watch Sunday only on 4 News Now at 6.
San Francisco has tried now 31 times straight to beat Gonzaga men's basketball, and so far, well, they got nothing. The Zags won again last night in a strong home performance at a game dominated on the glass. Bulldogs out-rebounded the Dons 41-28 with both Graham Ike and Michael Ajayi snagging double-digit boards. Ajayi off the bench had one of his best performances of the year with 12 points on top of that. So for the team, 19 fast break points, 15 second chance points, 52 points in the paint are all great stats to back this up, and the team agreed when they spoke with us postgame.
Biggest nights, it was great. Mike got in there. I thought he really gave us a presence on the defensive end and on the glass. He got us a couple extra possessions on the glass, and he finished some plays.
Just trying to find the rebounds and try to, give all of our effort on the glass. I feel like when you try to rebound, it gives us another opportunity to score. So.
Now, funny enough, the last game where Gonzaga out-rebounded a team exactly 41-28 was their overtime loss at Oregon State, except this time the defense allowed 20 fewer points scored. The Zags stick in the kennel tomorrow night for a matchup against Ajayi's former team, the Pepperdine Waves. And more good news for Zags hoops. Head coach Mark Few today was named one of 17 finalists for the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Few joins 8 other nominees from the North American Committee finalist list, which includes legends like Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, and the entire 2008 U.S. Olympic men's basketball team. Now, not just this, but guard Ryan Nimhart and forward Graham Ike earning spots on the Naismith mid-season team. The pair are 2 of 30 total players selected and one of just 5 duos, including players from Tennessee, Iowa State, Purdue, and Rutgers. 10 semifinalists will be announced in mid-March. Washington State women's basketball survived a tough test from the LMU Lions, getting revenge from their 3-point loss this January. Cougs are 3-1 in games since that LMU loss, only dropping 1 to first-place Gonzaga. And while the team did score less than last time, they did far better defensively, allowing 28 fewer points and holding the Lions to worst marks shooting both from 3 and overall. Head coach Kemi Etheridge spoke with the media postgame on how she's seen the team change and evolve since that last loss to result in last night's win.
I don't know. I hope we're evolving, even though we only scored 63 and had 70-something the last time. But, you know, it's just different games. I think these are hard matchups. I'm still dealing with a very young team of kids that a lot of them haven't played that many minutes. So every night is an adventure for us. And trying to find that 5th person in that starting lineup, again, I think we have some weapons. I think we have some versatility.
So now comes another difficult test, a trip to the Portland Pilots tomorrow afternoon at 3. Portland's 2nd place in the WCC, right ahead of the Cougs, and beat Wazoo soundly in Pullman back in January. Washington State baseball began their season with a wild one. They lost to 4th-ranked Arkansas 3-2 in the 10th inning, scoring the leading run on the top of the 10th before a late Razorback rally won the day. For the home team in Game 2, well, this one was a little bit less kind to the Cougs. They fell 14-2, 7 Razorbacks registering hits with 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run. First pitch for their next game tomorrow at 11 a.m. And the Spokane Chiefs are back, though not in town. They're down at the Tri-Cities Americans trying to win their 6th of the last 7 games. It's the first of 4 games against the Americans over the next 8 days. Talk about a workout. The clubs have won 2 games against each other in their first 4 meetings of the year, and puck drop for this one tonight at 7:05. We'll have the highlights from the Chiefs tonight on Nightside. More updates from the regular season finale of the GSL 2A high school basketball. Plenty more. Derek and Kirsten, back to y'all.
All right, Jack, thanks so much. With Valentine's Day, it's fitting that February is American Heart Month. The American Heart Association is raising awareness on heart health and heart disease.
Especially because heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States, and more than 4,000 people are waiting on the transplant list for a new heart. 4 News Now met with one man who received that gift of life. 5 months since his transplant, Lee Campbell is putting in the work to stay healthy.
He is like the poster child for cardiac rehab.
This heart that's functioning in here is a gift, you know, it's a miracle.
Hear Lee's story and why he's not taking any steps for granted in the full video on KXLY.com.
Got a little bit of fresh snow today at our area ski resorts. 2 inches at 49 degrees north with a little bit more over the next 24 hours. 4 at Lookout Pass and 5 inches of new snow at Mount Spokane. 2 at Schweitzer and Silver. Not a whole lot in the forecast over the next 24 hours, but there will be fresh snow, a whole nother round waiting for you Sunday. I'll have your forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Tonight. An almost unbelievable story of money and murder. It just doesn't seem real.
A Ponzi scheme leads to murder from the last person you'd ever imagine.
All new 2020. The entire thing was about to come crashing down.
Tonight on ABC.
Bad back? Get Good Feet with the personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store. Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet, good life. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
With a P1FCU Ascend checking account, you get more than great dividends. Imagine having an entire branch in your pocket. Who needs a checkbook when you have a digital wallet? The only thing I check these days are my dividends.
Earn 3.5% APY. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Simplify your life and start earning more with Ascend Checking. Get yours today at p1fcu.org/ascend.
If it warms you up, cools you down, connects you, entertains you, if it fries it, freezes it, cooks it, curls it, dries it, washes it, lights it. With humble beginnings in Airway Heights and Cheney, we're now also serving Northern Idaho. And when electrical is the problem, you need Holiday. Fixed Rider is free. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric.
I've been in the sporting goods business all my life, and what my customers tell me is they want American, made in the U.S. They want tough, rugged, and durable. They want freedom, and freedom to go where they want and to get back safely.
America's low boats, powered by Mercury Outboards, along with Elephant Boys Boating Store, can give you that freedom. At Elephant Boys Boating Store with Mercury Outboards, we have what you want.
My name is Paul Daglin. I've been with Granite Concepts for coming on 19 years now. From the beginning, it's all about customer satisfaction and quality because we want you to be happy. Technology has changed the game of what we can do. If you could do it with wood, you basically can have it done in stone. At Granite Concepts, we want you to feel at home.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
We have a live look now of the people enjoying the slopes at Mount Spokane. I think there's a snowboarder there. Yep. Enjoying it. We're all jealous.
You said you're going back up this weekend, Chris.
I am going to go skiing this weekend. It's going to be warmer. There's going to be fresh snow. It's President's Day weekend. Why wouldn't you go? Let's take a look at your weekend forecast. It's going to be good for a lot of things. You will not be anywhere near as cold as it has been this week. A high of 31 on Saturday. Snow coming in late in the day. Temperatures for overnight lows in the upper 20s Sunday morning, heading to a high of 35. It'll be our first time above freezing in 12 days. That snow is going to continue throughout the day, and as we do warm up above freezing, you may start to see more of a rain-snow mix or non-accumulating snow, and then cooling back down below freezing for Monday morning. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to stay dry for the first part of the day on Saturday. Plenty of icy spots on the roads from today's wet weather. Snow comes in the late afternoon with 3 to 4 inches of new snow by Monday afternoon. Most of that will happen on Sunday. And then there's another round of snow in the forecast on Wednesday. Let's go over the timing. Starting off at our current time, things don't come to a complete halt in the panhandle of Idaho, in the central panhandle, I should say. We have a chance of snow overnight. This is midnight through the higher terrain of the central panhandle and then down into the southern panhandle. And then we dry out. We don't clear out, though. We'll keep the low clouds and areas of fog. Here's Saturday at 5 o'clock with that next round of snow moving in. And it's going to snow and snow, maybe one little break, continuing through Sunday morning. Here's Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. And then it's going to keep snowing with an occasional break. And as you can see, by around 4 o'clock, we start to see more rain trying to mix in. This is a little more aggressive with the rain than I think we're going to see. It's going to be closer to snow, but the accumulation will slow. This is a look at some of the forecast snow totals we can expect through 4 o'clock on Sunday. So it will need to be shoveled, even though we will do some melting as our high temperatures get above freezing every day through the rest of the 7-day forecast. And it looks like this trend toward warmer conditions will continue in the 8 to 14-day forecast. Above average temperatures, that takes us into the mid to upper 40s for next weekend and the following week. And then I'm not sure if I buy this just yet. This is from the Climate Prediction Center, leaning toward above average precipitation, but that seems to be changing every day. So we'll believe it when we see it. But in the meantime, I do believe we're going to get another round of snow Saturday night and into Sunday. And our sub-zero temperatures, our single digits, will be a distant memory. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, there's been no shortage of wet weather this winter, and that means you can get beautiful views of a raging Spokane River.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a little adventure, one of the best places to see it is at the Avista Dam in Post Falls. And that's exactly where we're headed in this week's Air for Adventure.
Post Falls Dam has been serving Avista customers since 1906. Over there, the low flow at the lowest flow time of the year could be even at the dam 200 or 300 cubic feet per second. But what we've seen come out of Coeur d'Alene Lake is as high as 48,000 cubic feet per second. So the dam's powerhouse has a capacity of 5,000 cubic feet per second. The dam generates on average, about 10 megawatts of energy a year. This is clean, renewable energy, but it's also important as a community asset because it does help keep Coeur d'Alene Lake at that summer level and provides all the opportunities associated with the lake. We created new trails, a new visitor overlook, ADA access, new parking lot, again, to add more benefits to people to use that, to have access and enjoy that whole environment all around Post Falls Dam.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for your Friday night.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
Hit the slopes without hitting your wallet. Lookout Pass has you covered with more thrills for less bills. From ski free on your birthday to 2 lift tickets for just $75 every Thursday, it's time to save big and shred hard. Reserve your tickets online for an extra $5 to $10 off. Don't miss out. Deals are waiting for you at skilookout.com/deals.
The Wild is calling, and Wendell Ford has the answer.
Get behind the wheel of the new F-150 Wild Edition. Built for power and ready for any adventure. Starting at $399 per month.
Or take on the outdoors with the Bronco Sport Wild Edition. Built tough, rugged, and perfect for your next getaway. Only $299 per month.
Or go electric with the F-150 Lightning with 0% for 72 months. Plus almost $15,000 in incentives and discounts.
Your next adventure starts at Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Drive for generation.
4 News Now is brought to you by GMC of Riverfront Park.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, Valentine's Day is a day about love and friendship, but experts say many of us may feel disconnected on this day. We'll tell you what could be driving these feelings of loneliness and what can be done to help.
Your weekend forecast. Saturday, most of the day will be dry. There's going to be plenty of icy spots on the roads, however. A high of 31. We do get above freezing on Sunday, but next round of snow comes in Saturday night into Sunday.
All righty.
Jack, are you headed out?
I'm just trying not to freeze myself. That's the biggest goal. It's better now, though. It's better now. I can't complain.
All right, thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you tonight at 11 for Nightside.
Live